Welcome to What's Next in Commercial Real Estate in Southwest Florida. This is Gary Tasman, and today we're going to talk about the fourth quarter market beat results. Our market beats are our branded proprietary research that tracks the industrial, the office, the retail, the medical office market, and in a way that helps a reader understand what's going to happen next based on what has happened. So today we're talking about the industrial market, and I have my partner Shawn Stoneburner here with me.
The industrial market has been extremely strong with very little vacancy. In fact, we've had several tenants over the last quarter who were trying to relocate for one reason or another. Either they wanted more space, they were growing, or maybe downsizing. And in most cases, we end up having to renew because there's just nothing out there.
So really what we're seeing in the industrial market in Southwest Florida, more than anything else, is the response to the white hot housing market. And most of the tenants that we've been dealing with are in some ways related to that housing market. What's really interesting, and some of the tenants that I know you're going to talk about actually don't have anything to do with the housing market. So not only is the housing and the new construction industry expanding, but we're seeing new growth now from several other sectors of the economy.
Yeah, and one great example of that is Red Bull. So Red Bull was in 20,000 square feet. They needed an additional 5,000 square feet. There was nothing available, so we had to do a 1-year extension, and then so we could build out a brand new space of 25,000 feet.
Shawn, as you think about the market and all the transactions that you've been a party to in the last 12 months, what do you think is the most common theme? Is it price increases? Is it just lack of availability?
I mean, it's definitely price increasing. We've seen a lot of upward pressure in rents. But what's going to be interesting now is there were several large projects started last year. So we're going to have an influx of space coming on the market.
So what I see in the industrial market in Southwest Florida more than anything else is we're broadening our base. As our population continues to grow, the demand for all of the services and the job creation that takes place in just creating services for a bigger population is going to drive growth in the industrial sector.
And so, I mean, a great example of a change of use is the Naples Daily News being converted to basically for sterilization and back office operations for Naples Community Hospital.
So here you have a situation where the population growth we were talking about before is driving need for healthcare. Healthcare, yes, there's always a patient fronting need for healthcare, but what about all of the support operations that go into making a hospital function?
And we're also seeing, just because of all the rent growth, now it makes sense for people to come in and buy some of the older industrial buildings and rehab them, raise the rents, which is a deal we just did in North Fort Myers.
So that's really a good example of opportunity presenting itself. Here was a building, 6 buildings in a project that had significant deferred maintenance, had economic deferred maintenance in terms of rents were below market and whatnot. And we came in because you really knew the market as well as you did in North Fort Myers. You identified the gap, the opportunity to renovate, and then we found a buyer, an investor from the East Coast that came over, bought the building, and they're renovating
right
now.
Exactly.
And you're going to continue to see more opportunities like that, not like you see in a depressed market, but certainly there are assets that have run their economic life that are ready for a new capital infusion. And when we see those, we share them with our investors. And that's exactly what happened there. Overall, how would you explain what you think the next 12 months in the market are going to be like in industrial?
I mean, I'm excited about it just because, like we mentioned, all the new product. I mean, the demand has been so strong. It's going to be nice to have space to actually be able to put the tenants in.
Yeah, and as it comes up, as it's getting absorbed. That's not necessarily true in all the asset classes, but I agree with you. I think that of all of the sectors going forward, the industrial is quicker to getting back into balance between supply and demand than any of the other sectors.